Hello everyone, welcome back to Nomifactory. Last episode we set up some passive EBFs, and we just got into HV, and since then I've been fairly busy making 1 trillion SMDs. There's 2 chests of them. Basically I just made 32 stacks of each, except capacitors, in which I made 24 stacks. This really wasn't expensive at all. I do have a screenshot of the materials used. Basically it was just a bunch of plastic, and tantalum, and this weird metal that we made last time, and also platinum, which I did not know how to get. There's a couple ways though. The way I got it was from nickel, in a chemical bath, with mercury, which I got from cinnabar. You can also use redstone, but it's so much slower. This gives you a 70% chance of 1 platinum, so I just did a bunch. But in the future I might just mine it. It's in the end though, which is quite annoying. We can't quite go there yet. We need black steel, which requires some strange stuff, but you do get loads from nickel, so it's fine actually. And the other way you can get it is from endstone, the dust. You can centrifuge it for a quite big chance of a tiny pile, which is 1/9 of an ingot. Also tungstate, that might be useful, but we can't quite do this yet. EV, I don't know when that is. And I've also done something over here, passive circuit boards, the plastic ones. I was skeptical about this, but it worked fine. Because the process is so slow, we didn't really run out of anything. We did have to passive copper foil though, but that was easy. And it also means passive copper from spiders. And I also made a bunch of silicon balls, so we have loads of wafers now. And we should be able to make 1 trillion circuits, if we wanted to. One thing I couldn't do was the HV energy hatch. I thought we could do this, and overclock these, but it does require a clean room, or the LPICs. I didn't quite spot it, but it's fine. They're not actually that slow. Okay, so in today's episode, I have no idea what we're going to do. I guess we'll start off with the SMD quest, one of each, in which we have. So maybe we should look at autocrafting. So we're going to need these 2. The recipe is easy. Aluminium plates, the 2 cores, quartz glass, and crafting station. I will try and make 12 to start. We're also probably going to need some more cores, which does require LV circuits. So I think it's time to batch craft a bunch. How about 3 stacks? That's like not that much stuff. We have trillions of these. It's 2 stacks of resistors, capacitors, and transistors. Easy peasy. And we're completely fine on circuit boards. It's only a stack, after the 2000 we had. And I've also made a bunch of CPUs. There we go. 3 stacks of LV. Super easy. Perfect. And to pair with these 12, I want 12 interfaces, which might be quite expensive, but oh well. There's a lot better ways of doing autocrafting. I may end up rearranging it, but for now I'll just do 1 interface per assembler. It's fine. I feel like most of the processes in this pack are going to be machine processes, not crafting stuff. The circuits are done, by the way. So many. I think I'll try and make a stack of logic. These processors. They're used for these 2. So I think how I want to lay these out is assembler towers on this side and CPUs over here. There we go. It's a bit weird, but it's fine. So because assemblers are so much more cheaper than interfaces, I might have a lot more. Maybe 5 per interface. You can have up to 6, but I don't care. Maybe 4, just because it's easier to count. And it might look a bit nicer as well. So since we're making 12 interfaces, I need 48 assemblers. So 36 more. Wow! You can make flukes with the growth chamber. That's crazy. I might have gone too big on this. This is quite expensive, and it's taking forever to make everything. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, this should be 12. Almost. Aluminium, which I do have a lot of now. There we go. And we also should be able to make these. All 48. Yay. That was expensive. So I want this wired a specific way. Similar to DJ2, but it's 4 per. Instead of 5. Last time it was like this, but that's kind of ugly. And this is probably only slightly slower. And this way is much faster than just 1-to-1, because this interface can craft in all 4, instead of just 1. And we do the same on the other side. And last time we went up 2 blocks, and then put the next one, rotated by 90 degrees, like this. But I think since we don't have channels, we might be able to do this. Like that? Oh wait, now we can't fit this one here, because it's reusing this one. But maybe that's fine. It looks cool. I kinda like it. It's a bit slower, with 12 extra. This is fine. It looks pretty. And it's not that much slower than the most optimal design. Each interface has 2, and then 2 shared, which is speedy enough, probably. Let's plug it in. Is the entire thing online? It looks like it is. That's good. We're also going to need the CPUs. I don't think we need many. This is fine for now. I'll get 2 running. So 2 of these. I don't really know what they do. Co-processing units. But you should always have them. I think it lets the craft do multiple things at once. The more you have, or something. I don't know. So I think I'll go with 4K for now. There we go. And I'll do this. And we can plug it in. Device online. Great. 2 8K CPUs. That'll be fine for now. So now we just need the interface terminal. A bunch of patterns, which is silver wire, polyethylene, and HV circuits. 1 per 8. So it's 8 for a whole stack. Which we're doing, by the way. And of course the pattern terminal. Now we have access to our 12 interfaces. The rest are hidden. We just want to see these ones, or any other autocrafting, which we don't have at the moment. Patterns go in here. And let's do the classic thing of crafting tables being the first pattern. Not that way. Rubber wood, please. Thank you. And we can put this in the first slot. And request crafting tables. Awesome. We don't have any wood. I'll add this one, I suppose. And we always want to go down before we go to the right. This is so it's using as many as possible, so everything spreads out. So now can we do it? Yay. Autocrafting. Ta-da! Everything seems to work. Yay. That took forever. An hour and a half of just making these 2. I hope it's worth it. Okay, so I've encoded everything for the interface. This is one of the crafts we're going to do a lot. Probably. But there's lots of processes we still can't do. We need an assembler, some sort of metal bender for plates, or a cutting saw, a wire mill for wires, a lathe for rods, and a polarizer, and there's probably other stuff we're missing too. But I really don't want to set up on-demand machines right now. So how about we do something else? Oil, with the fluid rig. So this seems to be just a bunch of MV stuff, and steel. So I think we should be able to do this. So 4 pumps, 4 motors, vanadium steel gears, machine hull, steel frame, and 4 MV. What? Why is it making a pump? Circuit 2. Fluid regulator. What? And I can't turn it back. Okay, I just have 2 of those now. Why would you put that on circuit 1? What am I missing? Oh yeah, the MV circuits. Oh, it wasted circuits as well. That is so annoying. 4 whole circuits. Gone. At least we're making the right thing now. There we go. Okay, how does this work? Does it require power? I think it does. I did kind of want to do this in the overworld to get actual oil rather than raw oil, which is the only thing I can find in the void. Because oil is like 2 times better than raw oil, but I have no idea how to get power across dimensions to the overworld. I guess I could just use a battery, but I don't know, I might just set it up here and use raw oil. So I need to change this to fluids. Oh, okay, I understand. There's literally raw oil everywhere, the same amount. That's a bit more simple than I thought it would be. How about the overworld? Natural gas, light oil, oil. Yeah, this is way better. It's so much more oil, and it's actual oil, instead of raw oil. So maybe I just get a battery buffer, or something. I'll try build it here. So this requires MV power, I think. Maybe we should make an Energium crystal. It's a really good battery, 6.4 million, and it's relatively cheap. It's just Energium dust, which is ruby and redstone. The only problem is we need a HV autoclave. I think we can do this. We just need a pump, and it seems kind of fine. And we just need tempered glass. Glass and oxygen in the arc furnace, or the blast furnace. There we go, HV autoclave. And this should be 4. Awesome. Now we just need a HV battery buffer, 4x, which is fine, so that's nice. Also a transformer from HV to MV, because that's the energy hatch we have. Also I would like a super tank. We can make this now that we have polyethylene. There we go. Super tank. 4,000 buckets. I don't think there's a better tank that we can get right now. Well, I guess we can make the MV one, or the HV, maybe. But oh well, this is fine. And there's the battery buffer. And these are just about done. Almost. I guess I can charge them this way, in the HV machines. They might explode if I put them in the MV. I'm not sure. Okay, let's set this up. Right here, on this thing. It's fairly simple, I think. Energy hatch can go here. Output bus here. Rest is casing. And then frame box. Ta-da! It works. MV transformer. From HV to MV. Pointing down. I think. Or is it up? Oh, it's the opposite way of what you think it is. There we go. That's the HV side. Then the battery buffer. Pointing downwards. Super tank on the output. And into an ender tank. These can auto output, which is great. Claim the chunk. Chunk load it. Now we just wait for the batteries. These two are charged. We can charge the other two. And we can put these in here. And it should be fine. Yes, it's running. Lovely. I have no idea how long this will last. But we're getting about this much. Which is fine. 200 per second. I think that's millibuckets. Okay, that's cool. I'll let this drill for a while. Until it runs out. I might have to refill it on power. But I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I'll let this run whilst I was editing. And we actually ran out of power. There's still fluid here. Quite a lot. But we got 2.2 million, which is 2.2 thousand buckets. So that's pretty good. I'll go charge these up again. And we can start thinking about using the oil. And we're going to have to distill it with the distillation tower. We do need slightly more HV though, to make this. So I'll batch craft a few. Should be easy. I'll make 2 stacks of MV. And one of those stacks into 32 HV. That seems like a good idea. Let's do that. This should be the MV. Quite a lot of stuff. Look at all these SMDs. Maybe we didn't make too many. We're also going to need a bunch of stainless steel as plates for the casing. So I'll get a bunch of that going. Also rods. And whilst I'm here, I will increase this to 512. This is quite slow. A whole minute for one. So 4 stacks might not be enough if I want to craft something big. So I'd rather buffer more. We are completely fine on chrome and manganese. So don't worry. We've got even more. Look at this. And I think we have 2,000 manganese. Yeah, we do. Okay, the first stack of MV's done. And I have everything for the HV. I'll just shove it in here. And hope it figures it out. Okay, so we can craft the controller. We're just missing a circuit. It was just 2 pumps, stainless steel as pipes, and an MV hull. So I'm pretty sure we're going to need multiple in the future. But the first distillation tower will be for oil that we're drilling. And there's 4 outputs. So that's what this quest is for. So I'm going to trust it here and make 34 of these. Okay, it didn't figure itself out. There we go. But we do have all the MV now. A whole stack. That's good for interfaces. And now we're getting the HV. And we should be able to afford the controller for the distillation tower. Yay! So we want 1 input and 4 output. And now we're just missing the casing. And we're a tiny bit short on stainless steel plates. There we go. That should do. Perfect. Distillation time. I'm pretty sure we need a maintenance hatch, I imagine. And we can put this somewhere over here. How about on this corner? What did I do wrong? Time to read. I think it's the energy hatch. It can't go there. It has to go on the bottom. So I think I'll elevate this by 1, like the rest of my multi-blocks. I forgot I do that. Oh. I'm amazing at this. Nope, still wrong. Okay. Apparently this works. The maintenance hatch can't be here for some reason, but it is working now. I'm not going to touch it. So we can input oil, and we should get 4 outputs. Sulfuric gas, sulfuric heavy fuel, sulfuric light fuel, and sulfuric naphtha. I don't think there's any use to storing the sulfuric versions, so we'll just combine all of them with hydrogen straight away. I might as well do this at LV. It's only 8 seconds, and it does 16 buckets at a time. There we go, 4 chemical reactors, also a transformer. So we should be able to do this. And we need to input hydrogen, and also output a bunch of random stuff. Hydrogen sulfide. Think you can electrolyze this to get the hydrogen back? Yes, on all of them. So we need an electrolyzer as well. I also want some super tanks. That would be great for this, because they can void excess, which is exactly what we want. There's the electrolyzer, plonk, and there's the super tanks. 4, awesome. I will filter everything. It should be relatively easy. We can put these here. Oh wait, not there. There we go. So we extract out of the chemical reactors into the electrolyzer, filtered for hydrogen sulfide. And we extract out of that, on a different colour, back into the reactors. And then we also need to filter the tanks, but I want to make sure each level is the same. So I'll start running it. There we go. It's working. How about stop? While I filter everything. So the top one's sulfuric gas, so we make this one refinery gas. That's the one it turns into. Next is naphtha, that's easy. Next is light fuel. And finally heavy fuel, goes in the last one. And now we just need a little bit of hydrogen in each reactor. There we go, and we can turn it on again. I think we just need 16 buckets of the fuel before it goes once. Also it's kind of loud. There we go. Light fuel is first. It wins the race. Works perfectly. The hydrogen's back. Sulfuric gas in second place. That one's on the top. That's interesting. This also produces sulfur, though not very much. At all. But I'll give this a void, and why not upgrades? By the way, these are super easy to make. You don't need the tier before. It's just emeralds, and the template. So it's worth it to upgrade everything, basically. Yay! Heavy fuel is third. And naphtha is close, I think. We need 12 buckets. There we go. Slowpoke. Okay, we have everything now. And we can void overflow. So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with this. I just sort of made it, because it's fun, and it's a cool thing to do. I'll just let it distill, and stuff, and we'll have a bunch by the time we need it, or something. I don't know what to do with it. I think you distill one of these more, like the refinery gas. Yes. Yeah, these are useful. Methane, helium, butane, propane, ethane. So I might look into that. These weren't that expensive, the distillation towers. It was like 2 stacks of stainless steel, so not that bad. Okay, so I've been looking at what to do next, and I'm thinking the clean room. It's a multi-block, in which you can do certain recipes in. It gives you access to EV circuits, also the energy hatches that I want. So I think that's a good idea. Also it's fun. I've never made this before. It can be anywhere between 5x5x5 and 15x15x15. I think I'll go with 7x7. That will work nicely with the path. I will plonk it right here. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to need one clean room. The roof is filter casing and the rest is plascrete, or the glass, this stuff, which is basically the same price as the plascrete. Yeah, it's just polyethylene and steel, in which we have thousands, so we're fine. By the way, the circuits are done. 31 HV, that's very nice. So with some filters, stainless steel rotors, HV motors, HV machine hull, and one circuit, we can make the controller. Pretty easy actually. And for a 7x7, we're going to need 24 filter casing. I think it's the entire roof that has to be filters. Luckily it's cheap, kind of. A lot of MV motors. Okay, I've gathered everything, except the filters, but that's just a bunch of zinc. There we go. And this should be enough filter casing, 24. Yay. Okay, plascrete time. I have to do a bunch of counting, because I'm dumb. Okay, so this should be enough for the glass. I'm making 2 windows, either side, 3x5 windows, and the rest can be plascrete. But we're going to need concrete for that. So clay, stone, water. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 7. Okay, I've calculated it. 110 plascrete. And that should be enough. Okay, so we're just waiting on steel rods now, or the steel frame boxes. We need quite a lot. We've got the polyethylene, also the concrete was easy. I think the only thing we're missing is an energy hatch for power, any sort of hull for the AE cables to go through, and a diode to get GregTech power on the inside for machines. I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to use. Probably high voltage. Yeah, that's fine. That's easy in fact. Cool. So I think we'll run the clean room at LV, but we'll have HV power on the inside, if that makes sense. Also the steel rods are done. We need 55. There we go. This should be enough for 110 plascrete. Awesome. So 1 HV converter, 16 amp, why not? And 1 HV diode. This way we should be able to have 16 amp inside the clean room. Also I somehow miscalculated on the polyethylene by a lot. I don't know how I did that. I thought it was like 2 and a bit stacks, but it's a lot more than that. So 2 LV machine holes, 1 for the energy hatch, and 1 to pass AE cable. I'm still not sure how that works. I'll figure it out. Also an iron door. I think I found one somewhere in the Lost Cities. Looks like we're almost finished. That's good. I will mark out the area that we're building it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And the very nice thing about this is it's perfectly in the center of a chunk. Look at this. Very nice. Okay, we should be all done. And the quest. Hatches might have to be in a specific place, but I'm not sure. So the majority of the floor will be plascrete, except there, which will be the energy hatch. We'll be doing LV. This requires a converter. That should work. And then we want a diode to pass actual power into the multi-block, set to 16 amp. Also a converter. And now a machine hull to pass AE. Wow, that's very cool. That should be everything for the back, so we can fill everything else in. No window for the side. By the way, we're only doing 5 tall. This way it sort of matches this, so it's nice. And you don't really need it to be tall. And it looks better. Less of a cube, more rectangular. So these will be the windows. There we go. This is the front. No windows here. Let's have a pressure plate for the door. Now it's just the filters on the roof with the clean room. I don't know how to get it to form. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot the maintenance hatch. How did I do that? Yay! It formed. Something broke. I don't know what. But now we just need to supply power to both these and an AE connection to that. That should be easy. It's right there. Ta-da! Awesome. And it's slowly cleaning itself. It goes up by 5% each cycle, which is 7 seconds. So it doesn't take that long. That's quite fast actually. Let's even give it a frame to look nice. We can even cover this. It's quite ugly. There we go. Looks very nice. And now it's clean. Awesome. And this shouldn't even matter with the door being open. Yes. Good. So now we should be able to do clean room recipes, which includes the first EV circuit, the workstation. But this is an MV circuit assembler, which is kind of weird. We might need a transformer then. I didn't expect that. By the way, this is where power comes from. And we'll do it like this, with the machines on the floor, and on the roof, if we get too many. So that should be 10 total machines. Maybe we can squeeze a few more, if we wanted to as well. That might be fine, I don't really know. Maybe we can go across these walls, and have a few more. But this should be completely fine, for the time being. Okay, so I've recharged the crystals, so we should be able to start up the drill again. It's only gone down a tiny bit. There's also another use for this oil. We can make lubricant with the oil and redstone. And this is a much better fluid for the cutting saw. It's half the duration, which should be good for this, the LPICs. And it's super cheap. 1 oil and 1 redstone makes 1 lubricant. And when you cut blocks and stuff for plates, it only uses 10 per 9 plates. We're definitely going to use this method when we set up autocrafting, so we might as well passive it now. There we go, basic brewery. basic brewery, basic brewery, basic brewery. I can't say it, I give up. We can put this over here. Insert redstone, buy a filter, on red, and oil. Lubricant. Into a drum, with a storage bus. This also nicely finishes off the chunk, so we can do this. Yay. I like the look of this. I don't know why. So now that we have lubricant, we need a HV cutting saw, so we can make the LPICs. 2 circuits, conveyor, motor, tempered glass, which we did earlier, and blue steel buzzsaw, or end steel buzzsaw. I'll definitely do this. It's just 4 plates. That's easy. There we go, the buzzsaw. And the cutting machine. Awesome. That was kind of fine. Not really that hard. First clean room machine. Yay. So we need lubricant over to here. I think I'll do that with an interface. A fluid interface. And I think I want a flat one. Just because we don't have much room. And request lubricant. We do need a pump though. They don't auto output, but that's fine. There we go. This should be good now. And we should be able to do this. LPIC wafer. We do need a new lens. The orange one. Do we have topaz? No. Didn't we find a blue topaz vein? And that should have it in. I think. Nope, this is redstone. I'm lost. Topaz. Over there. Where even is that? Here we go, I found it. Yeah, we only mine the blue stuff. Where's the actual topaz though? Bottom 3 layers. Yay, found it. This should be plenty. The ruby finished washing, by the way. 1600 chrome. Awesome. That's so nice. Okay, so now for my favourite thing. Sifting, or exquisites, or lenses. I've done this so much. I really should go to the better method, using the lathe, with a topaz plate. But it needs to be MV, so I've just not done that. So while we're waiting for the 5%, how about we make another circuit assembler, MV, to go in the clean room, so we can make the workstations. So 2 conveyors, 1 piston, a robot arm, a emitter, and that's it. It's 2 HV circuits though, but we have that. And we just need a transformer, because we have HV power in the clean room. Yay! We got an exquisite, by the way. Orange lens, coming up. Also the transformer. I imagine we'll upgrade this, eventually, to a HV one. But for now we have this. HV to MV, that way. No, this way. Yes. It's always weird. There's the topaz lens. It always takes like 2 minutes. Now we can engrave some wafers into the LPICs and then cut them in the new machine. I'm doing a few because it's 2 per energy hatch. Okay, so the room is clean. This recipe should work then. Yay! I don't believe it voids in this version if it's not clean. It just doesn't work. There we go. Awesome! Now we should be able to make energy hatches and overclock these so they're twice as fast. I'll do that off camera. I just need to make this, which is easy, and the rest of everything is fine. So for the final bit of the episode, I think we'll try and make EV circuits, the workstation, which we can do now, in the clean room. I'll make 4, just because we can. So 4 circuit boards, 8 HV, 16 diodes, 16 RAM, some electrum fine wire, and some vibrant alloy bolts. Also 8 tin, as a liquid. There we go, everything's done. Also these finished. Nice. Okay, EV time. Everything goes in here, and the tin. Yay! And there we go, EV circuits. Lovely jubbly. And technically, we're out of the early game, and into the mid game. Look at this. Cool. There might be some other stuff that I'm missing. Like, when do we do microminers? Is that now? I don't even know. Also, we haven't done this yet. PTFE, or polytetrafluoroethylene, also known as go to hell. We might be jumping ahead a little bit, so I think that's a good place to end. Between episodes I will overclock the EBFs, and probably craft a bunch of circuits, as always. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.